So you have grown into, honestly, one of the bigger, if not biggest, Messianic worship artists. How is that perceived in Israel?
Um, it depends on which side of the fence you're asking it. In Orthodox Judaism, um,
Yes. Yeah,
um,
I mean, because
uh,
it's very brave of you, because you're extremely public, and
mhm.
kind of like you just described how your grandma responded to your mom's coming to faith. I suspect that that's a pretty normal reaction. So
Yeah.
how is it for you living in Israel, raising Messianic kiddos and
Mhm.
in Israel? How's that? How are the Orthodox population approaching you, and then the general population, I'm assuming, is different?
Yeah, I've got Orthodox friends. Israelis like clout. They like things, so they're like, hey, I know this guy. He's got X amount of views on YouTube. But more the ultra Orthodox. I have one friend in Jerusalem that he's trying to convert me to Orthodox Judaism. I'm kind of trying to complete him. We have deep conversations. I have a few friends like that. But there are others who abhor us, abhor Messianic Jews, and they do whatever they can. I have friends who've been kicked out of Israel because in Israel, the religious are in charge of immigration,
Yeah.
and that's been a hard thing to see some of my friends get kicked out of the country. But the country doesn't hate us. The country as a whole is a little bit more secular, and they're much more welcoming of everybody. So they don't like any certain group being targeted. So with that said, I've got a lot of songs that are from the Jewish hymn book, the Book of Psalms, that I've heard a lot of stories of Orthodox people listening to my music, not knowing I'm a Messianic Jew, and of course, Google helps you along. Two or three songs in, you're going to end up hearing about Yeshua, of course. So I believe it's a great tool, and I really am trying to be very careful about it as well. I'm not a missionary, so to speak. I'm a guy who is a professional musician, and in other words, I do it by profession, and I sing about what I love, and I love God, and I love my Savior, my Rabbi Yeshua, and I take it from that approach as opposed to a nonprofit approach. So I'm a professional musician, and I'm going to sing about what I believe in as loud as I possibly can, and spend every penny I have on it as well. I don't have a record label I'm a part of. I decided not to go that route, which means you have to invest everything you have if you want to do something professional. So, but we've developed, a good base of people that, when we do a big album like Live at the Tower of David, the first ever Messianic album in the Old City, and then Live at the Garden Tomb, that we'll hand it to the fans, our listeners, and hey, you want to help us do this album? Hey, pre-order the album and we can get this finished and paid for. So that's been a big help as well. Our followers.